Yes. Just thinking about all these loyalty oaths of every public employee as well as those elected to office. This Belen versus Board of Education, yeah. Self-incrimination aspects. It's not disputed that to compel a teacher to disclose his every associational tie is to impair the teacher's right to free association, right closely allied with freedom of speech and a right which, like free speech, lies at the foundation of a free society. Yes. But then there are the teachers that knowingly allow for the violating of the laws of the United States. See, you can associate with any organization that you want. But when you have the knowledge of the usurpation of the rights of American citizens, you are knowingly allowing for your loyalty oath to be violated. Now, get me every loyalty oath of every employee of the United States of America. Now, I had a little time at the food bank. Oh, just looking at those obstruction of justice laws. Now, how? Well, I got some of those pictures that you disliked. Ooh. Let's see. You intentionally had me arrested when you did knowingly understand I wasn't violating the protection order because you waited 24 days to call the police after she had filled out a dissolution of marriage. Doesn't seem like I was a real threat, to the individuals named in the protection order. Yeah, that I wasn't given any notice or opportunity to be heard before you issued. Ooch. But then two court commissioners decided that they were going to reissue it without waiting for the verdict of the jury. Yes, I had made mention that when I was found not guilty. Yeah. If, well, 18 U.S. Code 373A, whoever, as in any public employee or any elected employee of any government of the United States, with intent that another person engage in conduct in constituting a felony that has an element of use, attempted use, or threatened use of physical force against property or against a person of another in violations of the. Well, how many teachers convince the other teachers that we can knowingly violate the civil rights? Well, you use physical force when you had court hearings and the petitioner wasn't there. It's a physical force. Now, the court would say you'd have to assault me, but I don't think you do. All you have to do is have a court hearing where I'm not given any notice of the actual court hearing. You have to use forgeries and fraud. Pooh. Then you have to put the handcuffs on me and have me arrested multiple times for crimes I didn't commit. Now, this is a big lawsuit, these loyalty oaths. It's one of those billions. It could be big. Once I get done going through every loyalty oath of every employee of every form of government of the United States, then I'm going to ask you, teacher, do you knowingly understand the obligation of law enforcement to enforce child abduction laws? Do you understand the civil rights of American citizens? Do you understand that you cannot deprive any American of life, liberty, property, or the pursuit of happiness without any actual notice of court hearings or any opportunity to be heard before you physical force? Oh, solicits, commands, induces, or otherwise endeavors to persuade such other person to engage in such conduct, yes, shall be imprisoned not more than one half the maximum term of imprisonment, yes, fined not more than one half the maximum fine prescribed, ouch, States versus Fisher, Poe, solicitation to commit a crime of violence in violation of 18 U.S. Code 373. The particular crime of violence specified in the indictment was the murder of a cooperating federal witness. Now, let's say, yes, that every school district decided they're knowingly going. Oops, you knowingly violated your loyalty oath when you knowing. Well, it's kind of important that you don't violate these loyalty oaths. Let me see here. Oh, just looking through it. Yes. Some reason it didn't start where I thought it did. Now, I've sent you 2 million emails and you knowingly obstructed the emails. Ouch. As used in section 1512 and 1513, the term misleading conduct means knowingly making a false statement. Well, look it, it's in the federal laws itself, that knowingly word. Ouch. You knowingly made a false statement when I did not violate the protection order. You knowingly made another false statement when I was not in Sequim, Washington. Yes. And you knowingly made a third false statement, ouch, when you filed the 2 count criminal complaint. Intentionally omitting information from a statement and thereby causing a portion of such statements to be misleading, or intentionally concealing a material fact and thereby creating a false impression by such statement. Well, let's see here. Intentionally concealing. Did you intentionally conceal the fact that I wasn't in Sequim, Washington? Listen, traffic citation. How? You intentionally concealed the fact that I was on the bus that morning? Yes. And I was in the Port Angeles Library that afternoon? Yes. Did you intentionally conceal the fact, Port Angeles Police Department, that I was making videos with intent to mislead, knowingly submitting or inviting reliance on a writing or recording that is false, forged, altered, or otherwise backing an authenticity? This forgery of the ex-officio Superior Court clerk? Yes. The writing, recording that is false, forged, or altered. Ouch. Knowingly allow. Well, Exhibit A, Jack. Oh, no stamp of the state court seal. Ouch. No forgery. Oh, a false statement that was admitted as Exhibit A. Misleading in a material respect, knowingly using a trick, scheme, or device with intent to mislead. Sheriff Bill Benedict. Oh. Now, for all the loyalty oaths, yes, that all said that I am not involved in any nefarious conduct, yes, that have knowingly allowed for a protection order to be, well, it looks, well, you created a false impression, didn't you? Third party, Brett Roberts? Did somebody from Port Townsend say I was trying to contact my wife and Brennan? Now, there's what's known as cause or induce any person to withhold testimony. Yes, withhold a document or other object, pooch, alter, destroy, mutilate, or conceal. When you use mail fraud and you send notice of court hearings to 102, you're concealing the actual notice from the state of Washington that I'm required to appear in court or a failure to appear would be issued. Now, when Judge Porter requested my presence in court to judicial days, did you intentionally conceal a notice of court hearing from me, public defender's office, when I emailed the police department about how a citizen should respond? Just give me the notice of court hearings. You've been concealing court hearing notices, Pooch, so that I wouldn't know that there were court hearings. And when I informed you that I wanted the actual notice, you intentionally allowed for it to be sent to the wrong fucking address.